Hello, my name's Louis C. Wilson, Dirty Louie. I've been working borosilicate glass for 54 years. When I started, I really wasn't that good. In fact, for the first 2 years I worked glass, I couldn't afford a t-shirt, but I got better. The majority of my career has been based on Native American dancers. I started doing these in 1981. I made them for the King of Spain, George Bush Sr., Bo Diddley, Barry Goldwater, President Clinton. They're all posted like this so that they go in their wood or marble bases, and it makes it real easy for me to ship it. And the other thing too is that when these things break, you should know how to repair those. So I'll kind of show you how we do that right now. This is a red-tailed hawk dancer. This is how you break a red-tailed hawk dancer. Whoa. There's a piece, there's a piece. Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm going to try and repair the red-tailed hawk dancer. It's been in the oven for probably about an hour and a half or so. So this is a true leap of faith. I'm going to pull the piece out. I'm going to attach that punty to a shoulder. Or the back of the head, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to attach it to the back of the head. And I'm actually going to not punty with a cold seal. I'm going to do a direct weld. And what I just did isn't really a nice thing because it's going to be difficult to get in and fire polish that inner aspect of that curve I just put on there, which could make that a loose piece. Okay. Now, this is the leg part. The red flaming bits there is the silicone burning off. I have silicone that I put on my post so that the glass does not just hit the wood or the marble base that it goes into. I'm going to add more glass here that had broken off and is on the part of the main body of the dancer. There are imprint tools around the perimeter here that is from this design. So I'm going to clean these up. And get this ready so that it can be attached to the knee from the red-tailed hawk dancer. And again, I'm going to do a little bit of an angle here. So now is where you ask yourself, do you think you're going to get glass blown up on you? And the main body of the piece is, I mean, my oven's at 1100 Fahrenheit, but I got to pull this piece out, start doing a backfire on it to give it more core heat. And, you know, generally it sits in there for a few hours, but it's not been a few hours, but I'm going to give it a shot here on this. I've got nice, good red throughout the whole body of the skirted area. So I want to just put all the heat right back into there. The Indian dancer has an area on his back, and it's called a moisture tablet. Now I'm heating into the core of the body, then his head. The moisture tablet that he carries on his back is deer skin, almost like a chamois cloth, that when he goes to bed at night, you will lay out the chamois on the ground next to you, and then in the morning there will be moisture from dew that has settled on the chamois cloth, and with a scraping stone you can actually scrape and get yourself a drink of water. So that's what's on his back, but it's lined with 6 small feathers, so it's asking for trouble to melt in. Now I want to do this at a slight angle. And now, real deliberately heating this guy up. I'm still thinking how hard this was to break. Okay, now I want to get the good core heat going on in this. Heat up that body really nicely, the head. I want to get a really good second stage red on all of these. I need to burn off this punty. Align the leg so it's where it belongs, and then retool the knee, and then put this punty back onto it. Okay, so now I'm going to clean this post up again. I'm getting a new punty for underneath the foot. Now I'm going to come back in and clean up that knee area, because when I re-welded the lower leg to the upper leg, all the detail around the knee vanished and melted in. And again, we're hoping it doesn't blow up on me. On a real dancer, there would be metal bells. See the importance of this tool. It makes it so easy to get everywhere. Now I have to realign this leg. This is where you say, don't cool, don't cool, don't cool. Stay warm, stay warm. Okay. Now that has the leg back onto the body. And now I have to go in and put the punty back on. And then once I do this punty onto the bottom of the foot, I'll be able to go in and burn off the punty that's on the back of its neck and then rebuild his right hand and his left hand. And there's 5 or 6 feathers that have burned off or broken when I broke the piece. And again, to throw a little bit more into the mix, the silicone that burned off has pretty much contaminated the punty area. And that pretty much basically means that the punty in my left hand could not be real stable. It's basically, I pissed it off a lot. Try and burn off all of this stuff. And again, more deliberate heat. I'm letting the heat bounce onto the legs. I'm not going to heat the legs directly. Whew. Okay. No worry there. So now I'm going to make 3 or 4 small feathers that are the ones that have been knocked off. And I'll just let that recover in there, give it a little more heat throughout the entire piece. But I don't really have to go back into the body of the piece again. Simple way to do your feathers is flats at the same height, your graphite paddle here. And I need to make 3 or 4, but I'm sure there's that many feathers that got knocked off. And as I put the first couple on, I'll be able to tell that how many more I need. So we're just flattening this a little bit. Taper that down. It's like a flattened teardrop. It has a small angle to it. I keep wanting to say, any questions? Because normally I'm doing this in front of people. I've always used stainless or sheet metal for my torch stations. Okay, I'm going to put in a couple of these guys. There should be on the shoulder 1 or 2 pieces on each side. So actually I need them bigger, and I need 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. Okay. Okay, let's put these in. So this is 3 of them that are back in place. Okay. Now I've got 3 small parts. There is the main feather on the top of his head, and I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to do both the hands. And then on the medicine rattle in his right hand, he will have a little feather on top of it, and one of these little guys will probably work for that. Two more pieces to go on. Okay, this is his right hand. And that little feather on the medicine rattle is still there. Okay. One more piece. And this thing hasn't blown up on me yet, which I'm thankful for. That's pretty much the finished piece. There's definitely spots where you can notice I've reworked it, but that's how you put it back together.